the floor. Just love me harder, have no mercy on me, just tell me louder. If you're loving me, just love me harder, have no mercy on me, just tell me louder. If you're loving me.
Welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are all doing well. Today I'll be doing my 22 week pregnancy update. So I'll be recapping weeks 20, 21, and 22 with my symptoms, different things that have been going on, how I've been feeling, and I'll also give you a little peek at my belly because it is growing. First off, let's talk about what baby looks like right now. I'm gonna pull up my app here. I use the Pregnancy Plus app to track my pregnancy. I really like it. So this is week 22. That's the baby. At 22 weeks, the baby is approximately 11.38 inches, so almost a foot long, and 1.1 pounds. So that's pretty exciting. And some of the highlights are sleep patterns. So rapid eye movements have begun to occur during your baby's sleep. The baby's skin has now changed from translucent to a more opaque appearance. And baby's gaining weight, so your baby is starting to look cuter and more like how he or she will look at birth. So those are some of the highlights. There's a lot of growth going on right now. It's really exciting. But let me go back a little bit and start at 20 weeks, okay? I think the biggest thing, at the beginning of 20 weeks, we had our 20-week ultrasound, our anatomy scan, which I made a whole video about that I will link up here. I would really recommend watching that before watching this video because we got some unexpected news. Basically, just to recap really quickly, the baby is looking good. They're looking perfectly, healthy and normal for what they should have been at 20 weeks, which was awesome. But we did find out that the baby have a 2-vessel umbilical cord, or sometimes it's called a single artery, or single vein, something like that. Basically, that just means that we'll need some more intense monitoring and just taking some extra precautions to make sure that the baby is getting all the nutrition that they need and the oxygen and getting the waste taken away, all of those essential functions of the umbilical cord. So we found that out. It was a bit of a shock at first. If you watch that video, it's really raw. We had just found out and I was just feeling so shocked and, scared and helpless, and it was rough to find that out. Of course, we were incredibly grateful that the baby looked healthy at that time, but it was a shock. But since then, we have done a lot of work, a lot of praying, a lot of soul searching, a lot of research, and we're feeling a lot better than we were then. I think the most reassuring thing is I had a midwife appointment the week following that appointment, the ultrasound, and she really reassured me that this is, as far as complications go, fairly common. And she told me of all the things they could find that were wrong at that 20-week ultrasound, this is really the lowest level of concern. And that at some practices, they don't even follow up with it because it is so common. And in general, babies turn out, perfectly healthy. So that was really encouraging. She also said that it's a great sign that the baby looks healthy so far and doesn't have any other markers of, anything wrong. So that's great. And I also scheduled my first growth ultrasound. So part of having the 2-vessel cord is that it can possibly cause growth restrictions. So you have to have more regular monitoring of the baby to just make sure that they're growing at the rate that they should be. So I scheduled my first one for December 29th. I'll be 32 weeks along then, which seemed like so far away and crazy to me. And I mentioned that to the midwife, and I was kind of thinking, like, shouldn't we do it sooner? But she actually said that, it's a really good sign that the maternal fetal medicine group that does this ultrasound, they don't want to see you until 32 weeks because they're really confident that it won't be that much of a concern. So I scheduled that. We're just gonna take things as they come. I've been praying so much and just really relying on my faith and relying on the words of these healthcare providers, these experts, and I'm deciding to trust them. My mind automatically wants to go down like the worst case scenario path, but I am mind over matter and I am forcing myself to believe these people, to take their words seriously and just do the best I can to be healthy, to have a positive mindset, to be as low stress as I can, to be eating healthier, to be praying all the time, and that's about it. Also, really quick, there are so many incredibly kind comments on that video from the 20-week ultrasound, and I can't tell you how much I appreciate that. I was really scared to post that. I honestly didn't know if I was going to, just because it was so vulnerable and just, you know, personal to my heart, and just the positive response has really just been incredible. So to everyone who said that they're praying for us, that they're thinking of us, thank you so much. Truly, it means so much to me, and I really, really appreciate it, and I feel like it's working. I feel more calm, I feel more reassured, I can feel the baby growing and getting stronger, which is incredible. That was kind of a long rant about that one thing. Also, in 20 weeks, we found out the gender. We found out we're having a baby girl. So from here on out, I can officially say she and her. And I'm very excited. So we had our gender reveal party. I'll link that also up here so you can check it out if you missed it. It was so much fun. We really don't care whether we're having a boy or a girl. But now that we know, it just makes it so much easier to plan and to picture what it'll really be like in February when she gets here. Since finding out the gender, I just have felt so much more connected to her, and I don't know, it's just been an incredible thing. Like, my bond with this little person that I've never met before has been growing and getting stronger, and it's a beautiful thing. Now I'm gonna get into some of my symptoms that I had in 20 weeks. So in 20 weeks, for the first time, I noticed my belly was starting to get in the way a little bit when I was like bending over to tie my, put on shoes or put on lotion, whatever it was. I noticed like, oh yeah, there's a baby in there now. I kind of have to like move my legs out to the side to, get down to where I need to be. I also had some pretty intense acid reflux. That's a pretty common thing during pregnancy. It was gross. Would not recommend. But I was just trying to, stay upright after eating and, not eat like too many greasy or spicy foods, and it did help a bit. Well, here's a fun one. I was also getting shooting pains in my breast. Isn't that lovely? I asked the midwife about it, and she said that it's really just growing pains. We talked about, what it felt like, made sure it wasn't other things, but she said it's most likely just growing pains. I was also starting to feel bigger baby movements and feeling more often and stronger. So week 17 was the first time I felt baby girl move, but it was just tiny little like nudges and flutters and, not very strong. But starting in week 20, I really could feel those stronger movements. Maybe the coolest thing is Davis felt the baby move for the first time, which was just like, so incredible. I was laying down and she was moving around, so I had him put his hand on my stomach, and we waited and waited. And then she did this really big like punch or kick or something, and we both felt it, and we were like, just so excited. So that was really cute, and he's been able to feel her a few times since too. Also, gas pains. Oh my goodness, they are real. And they kind of started to get real bad around week 20, and they were the worst in the evening, which I thought was odd. Maybe that's when my food is digesting, I don't know. But my stomach would just be like so hard and full of air, and I feel like I just couldn't release it, and it's super uncomfortable. Super uncomfortable. And there's not too much you can do for it. I asked my midwife about it again, and she recommended I take magnesium, which is just kind of helps with that, but it helps with a whole lot of other things too. So I've been taking magnesium, and that's been great. Also, I noticed that magnesium, I think it's helping me sleep better. Knock on wood, don't want to jinx it, but I have been sleeping quite a bit better. I still wake up, I still have to go to the bathroom during the night, but I'm able to actually fall back asleep after I get in bed, which is everything. That's a huge improvement. So I guess that midwife appointment I'm talking about actually happened at the beginning of week 21, so just mental note that, okay? All right. At that appointment, the heartbeat was 145, which is the lowest it had been so far, which, you know, just means she's growing, which is excellent. Some other things going on in week 21, back pain and joint pain, a lot. So pretty much all of my joints, like below the waist, so my SI joints, my hips, my knees, my ankles, were all getting sore, so sore. That's again another natural pregnancy thing. Your joints are kind of loosening up, preparing for birth, but I have pretty loose joints to start with. I'm double jointed in a lot of spots, so yeah, that's not the most fun thing. Also getting some back pain, especially during the night, and I don't really know how to help it. I'm sleeping on my side. I tried putting a pillow between my legs because someone recommended that, but I just feel like it's so uncomfortable to do that, so I don't know. I also really don't want to get a pregnancy pillow. People swear by them, but they look so uncomfortable to me. Is that just me? I don't know. If you're like a huge advocate of pregnancy pillows, like, let me know why, okay? Like, do I really need one? Also, we have a name. We have a name for her. We were kind of torn between two different names. Since finding out the gender, we've tried out both of them, and this one, it just feels right. And I can't wait to share with you guys what our name is. It's so beautiful, and I absolutely love it. We are gonna wait till she's born to share the name with everybody, just because, you know, everyone and their brother has an opinion about names. But it's really beautiful, and I love it, and I think you guys will too. Week 22, this last week. So my uterus is continuing to grow and moving up. It's just above my belly button now. And with that, I can feel her up higher now. So for the most part, baby girl really likes to hang down low, like in and around my pelvis, or like where my pants line are, pretty much. Like between my hip bones, that's her favorite. She can stay there all day, just chilling, kicking around, swimming, whatever she does. But occasionally I do feel her up higher, like near where my belly button is, and that's kind of exciting to feel. I also am able to feel her through my stomach pretty frequently now. Before, it was really only on the inside. Occasionally, like the really big movement on the outside. But now if she's moving, like she is moving, and if I lay my hand on my stomach, I can feel it. So that's really cool. I've been getting full super fast. Probably because my stomach is running out of space. And okay, my upper abdomen, like above my belly button, gets so like rock hard after I eat. It's really strange. Okay, I've been really tired. And part of that, I'm sure, is like being back at work. I'm a teacher. I am teaching, you know, at a distance and online right now, so it's different, but it's still an exhausting job. You're still trying to engage, you know, 30 plus kids at a time all day. and it starts early in the morning, so I have been quite tired, especially after work. I just like, ugh, melt into the couch. See, I've also been doing lots of squats to prepare for labor and birth because I heard that that's good, so I'm doing that. I think I am also getting Braxton Hicks contractions. I'm not totally sure, like this is my first time being pregnant, so I'm not totally sure what they're supposed to feel like, but every once in a while, I notice it more in the evening, but all of a sudden my entire uterus basically will get really tight and really rigid. I think it's a Braxton Hicks, right? It'll last for usually like 30 seconds to a minute, but you know, they're not in any type of pattern. They're not that consistent, so I think that's what it must be. Again, if you've had babies before, what did you think Braxton Hicks felt like? They don't hurt at all. There's like really not a lot of sensation other than just like a tightening feeling. I've also been feeling kind of new types of movement. Like I said, at first I could only feel the tiny little, you know, tiny movements. Well, they were probably her biggest movements, but to me they felt really small. And then they started getting bigger and stronger and all the, you know, kicks and punches and whatever I could feel. But now I feel like I can just feel her like chilling in there, like she just moved right now. I can kind of feel where she's at, and if she shifts or moves around or rolls, she's kicking me right now. Excuse me. She must know we're talking about her. It's really sweet. It's really sweet. I love her. I talk to her all the time. Also, I went baby shopping, and we have been baby shopping quite a bit more. So I have my registry finished at this point. I went shopping for baby clothes for the first time, which was so fun. I'll link that video here so you can check it out if you want to. Got some really cute stuff and thrifted things too, so they weren't crazy expensive. That was very fun. We've also bought a couple of the big items like the bassinet and a sound machine and baby swing. I think that's it. But we are just starting to slowly kind of accumulate things if they're on a good sale or a good deal, and yeah, get ready for baby girl. She's gonna be here in 4 months. Yeah, 4 months, give or take. She could show up a little bit early. We will see. Also, I'm thinking about doing like a what's on my baby registry video. Let me know if you guys would be interested in seeing that, and maybe seeing like what I've bought so far off the registry, because I feel like that would be a fun video. I really like watching those. I watched so many of them when I was first making my registry. I just felt like they were really helpful. Yeah, that's about it for what's been going on in the last 3 weeks. The next time I'll update you, I'll be 25 weeks. That's crazy. I feel like the weeks are just going by faster and faster now. In the beginning, it was like such a drag to get to week, but now they're going by super quick. Last thing, I just want to show you my belly. All right, let me show you what's going on here. Let it out. What the belly's looking like. My belly button is still an innie. It was like a super innie, so I don't know if it'll ever get flat or pop out. That's what we're looking like. I'm excited for when it's gonna round out. Like it still kind of has like that V shape a little. I'm still carrying really low, but that's okay. We all carry our babies differently. Alright, so that is about it for this update. Please let me know any questions you have in the comments. I would love to answer them. Let me know what's going on with you. If you're pregnant, what kind of symptoms have you been experiencing? Do you have a name picked out? Let me know all those good things. Thank you guys so much for watching. I so appreciate the kindness and the support and just the community that we're building here. It's really incredible.
Oh, I knew you would call back. You must be missing me so bad. When you left, you said that I don't deserve you, but